Okay, hello, my name is Lightning Hearts. I'm gonna keep the introduction extremely short because I want to dissect and get into the latest Guilty Gear Strive patch notes. And to be honest, before I read some of the fuckery I might see throughout this video or during this patch notes, I just want to say this. My main thing I wanted Arxis to do was nerf the damage. So hopefully, hoping to God they do something to address that. Because for me personally, on my wish list, I just want the damage to be nerfed and some of the upper tier characters to be toned down a little bit, while some of the lower characters get a nice quality of life changes and some, I guess, substantial buffs, right? That's the only thing I want on my wish list. Now, hopefully Arxis was listening to us and see if they did some of these characters justice or they buff them. I don't know. But finally, let's get into the patch notes. I'm going to read everything. So this is going to be a very lengthy video. So it's going to be timestamped in the videos for your respective character. But that being said, let's finally get into the patch notes. Battle. The battle version has been updated from 1.0.9 to 2. You can check the battle version. Alright, cool. We don't care. Character balance and bug fixes. Universal mechanics. We made it more rewarding to use moves that has been underutilized and techniques requiring challenging inputs while also making the combos more comfortable. Alright, that's pretty cool. So probably awkward combos you couldn't do with Goldlewis, you could probably do more consistently now with the way his Behemoth Typhoon inputs are, which is pretty dope. Since some changes, Roman Cancel. Canceling into normals or special moves from a Roman Cancel now triggers a slowdown effect and limits attention gain cost. Okay. Counter hit. Some moves such as standing P and crouching K now triggers a slowdown effect on counter hit. What? Standing P and crouching K are counter hit moves now, making combos not normally possibly available, so they increase the combo. Okay, that's pretty interesting. That we might see some interesting turns in certain matchups then, because I would imagine a character like a good 2K, probably like Nagoriyuki or Kai or something along those lines, can start doing a bit of combos off of certain checks, which is pretty interesting. Faultless defense. We looked into finding a way to improve the issue where sometimes as a normal attack will come out while inputting faultless defense under certain conditions. However, due to a high chance of losing control or responsiveness while changing the current input method, we addressed the issue by adding a faultless defense button. Okay, so literally from just hearing this, from my experience playing Guilty Gear Strive, I do faultless defense with 2 buttons. I play on arcade stick, so I do faultless defense on 2 buttons. And defensively, when you're trying to block or push your opponent away from you, it will usually input a normal. So that's a good change. And the fact that you can do faultless defense with 1 button now means that your defense is overall better. It's more consistent that way. So that's a nice quality of life change. Revisit input. Okay, for moves with the same input for the grounded and aerial versions. Example, okay. As a measure to make the usage of ground and area versions distance for some characters with a special move was input as a jump started, the aerial version would come out at a low height midair of upward distance was input. Okay. The results in switch input requirements, so we have made the grounded versions activate even when an upwards input is included. Okay. Alright, so I'm guessing what they did was probably make the inputs more lenient. No, input priority for one and now and social. This refers to the general implement of the game not changed in the patch is now prioritized and between its okay. Alright. So okay, they kinda changed. Alright. They were previously implemented as a hidden mechanic, but we decided to reveal it in accordance with above change to how moves are handled. Oh wow, so this has always been in the game, but now they're addressing it. Alright, special moves canceling into overdrives before coming out. The change, although it has several purposes, is mainly intended to make it easier to perform overdrives when parts of the inputs is the same as special moves. Okay, thoughts, what can it be? What could it be? Alright, cool. Alright, they're making shit a little more lenient. Input properties for normal moves. Under certain conditions, inputs for crouching normals and command normals will be paralyzed over standing normals. For example, inputting down H during the head stop or closing nets if released. Oh, okay. Alright, that's pretty cool. Alright, I'm not gonna read all of this. With dance cancels, while this was previously only available to some characters, all characters with dashes can now dash cancels their standing K and closing standing S. Thank God. Which is amazing. That opens a lot of different possibilities for characters, pressures, and possibly even combos. Let me read this again just to clarify. While this was previously only available to some characters, all characters with dashes can now dance cancel. This is humongous, bro. This is humongous. This right here alone changes the game up significantly. I want people to realize this while going through this video, watching this video. Standing K and close standing slash is incredible. So I would imagine like someone like Kai will be able to strike throw you way more consistently now. And he can have a little bit more of a mix-up. That is really fucking good. And some characters that their pressure put them out of range, that's a really good change. I like that. In addition to increasing the variety of offensive options, this also creates new combos. New if you quickly cancel into a special move. Yes, and that's why I was saying this change alone opens doors to a lot of different characters, which I fucks with. Overall damage adjustments. Some highly used moves with great versatilities have never had their damage decrease. Overdrives that works as counterattacks have their damage start, recovery, etc. revisit with their damage remaining unchanged, so it makes it easier to block me. Okay. Let me read this again. Overall damage adjustments. Some highly used moves with great versatility have had their damage decrease. Okay, but that doesn't change the fact that the damage is probably still there in the game. I don't know. I have to see when the game comes out. Overdrives that work well as counterattacks have their attack startups, recovery, etc. revisit with their damaging remaining unchanged to make it easier to punish them when. Okay. So I'm guessing from just reading this, if I'm making sense of it, they're basically nerfing probably most of the asinine moves in this game, but at the end of the day, the damage is still probably going to be the same. So that in itself to me is kind of ass. But let me move on. Now triggers a slowdown. Yeah, we read that. Blue RC. All right. For this portion of it, dash cancel does not apply to Potemkin and Nagoriyuki. That sucks major ass, but that's fine. Close now can now be dance can now apply. Now launches. Okay. Some hurt boxes just the size of hurt boxes while taking damage. Mid-range damage hurt box were more difficult than others to do. Combos have been expanded. Okay. I'm not gonna read all this because if I read all this, we're gonna be on this patch notes a very long time. I will want to dissect this after I'm done with the character balance because that's what people mostly care for. So finally, let's get into the characters, starting with Badguy. And just to give y'all some context, Badguy in this season of Guilty Gear, I wouldn't argue is that much of a problem compared to like compared to Ramlethal, Leo. Who else? Nagoriyuki, those characters, I never really saw Badguy as a problem, but Badguy can still hit you like a fucking truck. So let's see if they bring down some of his asinine normals. Or just tone him down a little bit. Adjustment to his crouching K and sweeps improve Soul's low attack option. Strengthen his ability to pressure the opponent. Okay. Crouching K and swept. So it's 2D. Improve. Alright, so he has a little more mix-ups options. Okay, it's probably more viable. Volcanic Viper has been improved as a offensive tool. Adjustments to his hitbox and more. Let me see something. Just Loop. Guilty Gear Strive. Let me see this. We're Badguy. I don't know. Let me see this. Volcanic Viper, okay. Volcanic Viper has been approved for offensive tool, just adjustment to its hitbox and more as a window with no active hitbox directly as Soul Ascends, meaning it would not always function as an invincible move. Okay. as an offensive to a Volcanic Viper. That's his DP, correct? Or am I bugging? Yeah, Volcanic Viper. Isn't this a DP? So how the hell would this count as an offense? Okay, whoa. Isn't this considered a defensive move? Alright, let me move on. That's kind of weird to me. As soul, meaning it would not always function as an... Okay, so they buffed his DP. That was already good. Alright, fuck it. On the other hand, as a standing K and Forest standing slash were too strong compared to other characters, their performance has been decreased while having their greatest strength. The attack starts and recovering on block as is. Okay, so it's not really a humongous change. Soul 6P is still good. His damage is not nerfed. I'm guessing they're not gonna nerf his... Alright. Standing K, decrease attack level, increase base scaling. Now decrease more, okay. Increase combo, blowback ceiling on combo, standing K as a start. Okay, so you're not gonna get... I don't think it's that bad. Cause standing K has its other uses, so I don't really consider this that big a nerf. Decrease knockback, alright. Crouching K, far slanting S, that's his shit. His 6S, right? Decrease damage, alright. 6S or far slant, alright. Decrease damage, okay. Increase recovery. Forward heavy slash, increase upward hitbox or expanded upwards hitbox, okay. Decreases knockback. Alright, this I'm confused about, but I'll see. Swept, expand frontal hitbox and hurtbox. Increase horizontal blowback and distance. Okay, it can hit further, but you could probably whiff punish it now, or a little bit more consistently. Okay, jumping P. This is a universal change that's a lot of characters got, so I'm gonna skip over these. But this opens up a lot of combo potential. Reduces frontal hurtbox. Damn. Okay. What the fuck? This shit is more. I mean, you. All right. Reduce frontal hurtbox. Okay, they made it better. Now cause lot less wall break value gain. Okay. It's not really big of a change. Guard throw, ground throw. Decrease recovery on successful throw. Wait, what? Increase recovery. Decrease recovery upon successful throw. So it's just more meaty now. Decrease recovery. Gun frame flank. I don't see the point in that. So it's probably a hella faster now. So fake you out. Alright, okay. Volcanic Viper, which is his DP. So is now in extend position on landing rather than crouching. After added a hitbox directly after ascends begins, and hitbox now remains throughout. What? Expanded hitbox during ascent and reduced hurtbox can no longer be roam and cancel while opponent has gold bursts activated. Okay. While blocked mid-air, the opponent now lands more quickly than before. Alright, so you can probably punish it now more consistently, because if you play Kai in certain matchups, if you DP while you're in the air, you're not able to punish the DP. So that is a good overall change. I actually fuck with that. Volcanic Viper S version. Increase attack startup. Okay. Alright, so that's a mini nerf. Decrease attack startup. Aerial Bandit Bringer. So it's faster. Okay. Night Raid Vortex Charge. You can charge? Oh, that, yeah, it probably goes further. Now launches opponent higher with decreased on-roll blowback. You can combo more off of it. Okay. Fafnir, which is his punch. Sorry if I'm dumping the mic. Which is his punch. Reduce lower hitbox. Alright, this is something people gotta lab, because it might mean a bunch of things. Maybe you can't hit crouching opponents or something like that. Or maybe you can't OTG or something along those lines. Because I know you can probably like Fafnir into different things, something along those lines. Soulmates, if you watch and tell me what this shit really means, because it can mean a lot of things. Tired Rave, what's Tired Rave? That's his special, okay. Increase attack startup. Damn, that shit probably comes out extremely slow now. Increase recovery, so it's probably more punishable. Alright. So Badguy to me is kind of in a weird standing. For one, I don't think So Badguy is bad, but I wouldn't go as far as to say some of these things are nerfs, because again, the only normals they really nerfed was his like 5K, and his 5K has like other uses. You can still dash cancel. It's still, did they make the move faster, or it's still 3 frames? Let me see. It's 5K. Yeah, it's still. Let me see. What is it? Or is this 5? No, it's standing 5K. Yeah, it's still 3 frames, right? Increase and decrease attack level, increase combo blowback scale on combo as a starter. Yeah, it's hard to combo, but his utility is still the same. It just decrease. Like, I don't really think this is like that big of a nerf. Decrease knockback, far side, decrease damage, increase recovery. Like, alright, let me say this. I feel like with some of the decreased damage is you're normalizing the character. To be honest with you, I don't think the damage So Badguy got was really should have been that high and that OD. And I know a lot of characters on the rosters can do that, but to me, I don't see this as like a strong enough nerf. Yeah, like So Badguy's his good tools are still strong. He can still strike, throw you to death, command grab. Like this ain't really like, they just gave him better options with his lows. I don't think this is really a big ass nerf, but I think it's like a mini buff, you know? Like, they're kind of working around some of his weaknesses and still making his strong offense or his options strong. So I can't really say this is like a nerf. This is like a semi buff, because they're not really nerfing his strong tools. So you know what? So Badguy, I would say like a slight buff, slight nerf. He's like in the middle. Now Kai, I need to see what this man is about. The recovery on Del S has been decreased. What the fuck is that? Yo, they need to start saying like the inputs, like the notations, because I don't know any of this shit. 5D2K. What's the name of this shit again? Dire S vertical stress. Oh, okay. This is 214S. Okay. The recovery die has been decreased, making it easier to buffer after normal moves. It's now easier to follow up on while in the corner. Cool. Okay, more combo potentials, and don't forget with the 5K and I think the 2B with the dance cancel, this opens a lot of doors for characters to do different combos, which is extremely interesting. So keep in mind, the 214S Dire X-Lot, whatever this move is called, 214S, probably has a lot of different utilities now. The usage restriction on stun edge has been revised, and the recovery on arrow stun edge has been decreased, further improving Kai's ability to fight in the mid. And stun edge is his projectile, right? If I'm guessing. Yeah, stun edge is projectile. Alright, boom. So they made his projectile a lot better. Have been revised. Okay, it has been decreased, further improving Kai's ability to fight, right? It is now possible to continue your offense after the opponent blocks dragon install after activation. The movement speed of his forward movement dash, etc. has been increased, greatly improving his neutral game. Okay, but alright, this is interesting. I'm gonna get in more detail what that means. Crouching K, decreased knockback. Okay, standing K can now be canceled into a special move. His 4K is his plus on frame move, right? $4K is his plus on, where is it? Okay, where's forward? Let me see this shit. Recovery, force. What is it? Close recovery, force landing, S. Where's this 4K? If I want to see if this is the right normal I'm thinking about. 5K. Damn, they didn't add in this man's 4K. What the fuck? This is a 6K. Okay, yeah. So yeah, okay. So it's plus on block move. All right. Can now be canceled into supers. I think that's really good. So you could probably do something like 4K and a big ass stun edge projectile, or the EX stun edge projectile to keep it plus and get the immediate shock state, which is really good. Open up more pressure. Great. Reduce frontal hurt box on standing force. Okay. Good. Crouching S, reduce frontal hurt box, great. Jumping P and jumping K universal for different combos, which is great. Jumping S, reduce frontal hurt box. Jumping H now launches opponent high with decreased horizontal blowback. Okay, so if you get hit with that probably in the air, so you could probably do like an ID or something if, alright. So more combo potential basically. Jumping D can now be jump cancelable and air dash cancel, which is great. And that's probably like the spark he does in the air, right? Which is fantastic. Now it probably opens a lot of combo potential. And just overall how to navigate neutral differently. He can cover probably different areas now. Now launches opponent on grounded hit. Okay. Wow. That's crazy. Now, wow. That's kind of crazy. Okay, now launches opponent higher with decreased horizontal rollback can now be canceled into finishing doing a. That's crazy. Okay, Kai is getting buffed. Ground throw, reduce recovery upon successful throw. Cool. So more Oki and meaty shit. Okay, now launches opponent lower when decreased horizontal. Okay, effect now ends when Kai takes damage. Shock state. I think that's always been there, realistically speaking. This is just normalizing certain conditions, which I appreciate. Stun edge all versions. Uses, okay, it's now removed and a set amount of time passes. Okay, great. Reduce recovery. Utilize restrictions now removed after a set amount of time passes. Decrease attack level on initial hit was photo art. What is this shit? Or Josh stun edge. Dragon stall. Ride the lightning. Oh, that's his overhead. Decrease attack levels on initial hit of active frames. Reduce recovery. Okay. Expanded lower hitbox. Wait for thrust can no longer be roaming cancel when the alright. When blocked mid-air, the opponent can now land more quickly than before. Okay. That's his DP, right? Okay, yeah, so again, if you block DP in the air for some weird situations or interactions with characters with DPs, you won't be able to punish them because certain angles they can fling you like full screen or like a little bit mid-screen. So you couldn't really punish certain characters that did that or DPs, but it seems like you can punish him now more consistently, which is a good quality of life change. I don't think players that had a DP or characters that had a DP deserve to stay safe when they betted on a DP. So the fact that you can punish it more consistently, I like that quality of life change. Dragon install. Increase movement speed or forward movement, backward movement, and dash. Decrease horizontal blowback distance and decrease recovery. Okay, boom. Kai. I'm going to say this. I like the fact that they buff Kai's basically his conversions. A lot of his combos were kind of awkward. Like just his 214S alone, this is a pretty good buff. His projectile is really good. And the fact that Dragon install is now kind of plus from what it seems like, it means like if you probably do like, let's say for example 2S, right, or 6K, and you're at low health and you only got 50 meter, and then you pop Dragon install and you can control your pressure that way with the movement speed, you know, I can see it being more viable, but I don't know if Kai players would usually go for that. It's really weird. It depends on how crazy of these patch notes can really change the character. I don't know if players are going to utilize Dragon install way more. Probably, right? Maybe I'm gonna dive into Kai a little bit because this is the Dragon install alone is interesting. So I would say Kai overall got a buff. Like Kai got a good buff. Soul's kind of in the middle area, and Kai got a buff, which is very good. Oh, May, I don't really give a fuck about May as a character, but you know we gotta dissect it and go through it. The properties of Mr. Dolphin horizontal and Mr. Dolphin vertical can now vary when the button is held. Okay, that's interesting. Although they are straight forward lunge attacks, now in addition to the prior use, May has more options to change the movement distance or active frames depending on how long the button is held. So this shit can be extremely fucking meaty, right? This shit can be extremely okay. Standing P, reduce attack startup. Alright, faster. 6P, adjust animation of opponent character on hit. I don't know what the fuck this means. So we probably have to see this in game. This is kind of vague. Standing K, reduce attack startup. Alright. Which is good. It's faster. Decrease knockback, cool. 3K. The opponent can now recover after landing. I have to see this. Standing heavy slash, decrease damage, expand from hurt box during. Alright, so you could probably recover. You could probably. What's May's standing H? Because I'm thinking of it completely different. Where's the character? Let me see this. May, right? Her heavy slash. Where's her heavy slash? Did I skip it? Yeah, I think I did skip it. 5P, 5K, close slash. Heavy slash. Okay, boom. So, decrease damage, expand. Alright, so you can whiff punish this a lot more. It has more of a frontal hitbox. Alright, cool. Crouching heavy slash down launches the opponent lower. Okay. Heavy slash, decrease damage, expand frontal hitbox on swept, hurt box. Now launches the opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback and distance. Now launches the opponent higher. Okay, more combos, cool. This is a universal change again. Increased recovery. What is jumping S? Oh, that's the thing where she does the. Okay. Mr. Dolphin horizontal. Decreased damage. Active frames now increase when the button is held. Now maintains momentum after landing on whiff. Wow. Okay. Vertical. Movement speed now increase when the button is held. Really? No longer hits opponent on more than a set distance apart. Damn. Reduce recovery on hit. Damn. Alright. When the decreasing part of the attack hits, the opponent now bounces higher with decreased horizontal blowback. Increased speeds or distance after hitting the opponent. The opponent hits decreasing. Okay, this I'm confused about. The wonderful and dynamic all version. When blocked mid-air, the opponent can now land quick. Okay, this is more punishable. I don't think May got hit that hard, to be honest. I think May is still kind of the same. May is probably still in a good spot. I don't think anything about May really changed that significant. I wouldn't go as far as to call it a nerf, but you know, she got hit a little bit. Like she got a little tapped on the shoulder. So it's not really that bad in my honest opinion. Or May players, if you're watching this, tell me if she really got nerfed, because from what I'm seeing, it doesn't look that crazy. Winter Mantis. Let me see this. Oh, hold on. Winter Mantis. Let me go back. Where's this shit? Where's Axl? Boom, right? Winter Mantis. What is this? That's his low projectile, if I'm guessing, right? Spinning. Sickle foot. Okay, that's not Winter Mantis. Oh, that's the what is it? The little command grab Axl has. The full screen command grab. Okay, now be used in combos. In situation where Sickle would not connect. Winter Mantle can sometimes be used to follow up. In the corner, 2-6 and row can now be used more easily. In addition to improving the utility of pokes such as crouching P and forward slashing S, his ability to fight from mid-range has also been strengthened by adjusting the attack startup on aerial snail, making it easier to connect after jumping S. Okay, so again, Axl player seems like I got more conversions than before, which is really good. It seems like with Axl, you couldn't really converge off of a lot of things, especially with some of his normals, which I think is a good thing now that they addressed it. Spanning, crouching P, expanded frontal hitbox. Ah, damn. Okay. 6P makes moves, launch the opponent on grounded hit. Launches the opponent on grounded hit. What's his standing? What's his 6P look like? Again, I'm not an Axl player. Yo, what? 6P now launches opponent on grounded hit. That's kind of OD. Now launches the opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback. Okay, so you can combo to a lot of shit now. Decreases knockback. Add wall bounce effect. 6K. 6K. What's 6K? Bro, that's fucking ridiculous. Okay. Reduce recovery, expand on frontal hitbox, and reduce hurtbox, forward slash. What the fuck? Really? Where's forward slash? Reduce recovery, expand on hitbox, and... Okay. Universal change again, reduce frontal hurtbox. Okay, cool. Winter Mantis, that's the command grab. Okay, now hit opponents while they're taking damage and no longer hits opponents with more than a set distance apart. Expanded upper hitbox. That's crazy. Aerial Snail, reduce attack startups, now bounces the opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Alright, cool. Rain Water. What's Rain Water? Rain Water is... Okay. Oh, this annoying ass move. Reduces base damage scale, now depletes. Increased combo, blowback scaling. Reduce combo, blowback scaling. As a star, now causes more wall break value. Now less effective on combos, but okay. I mean, I don't really see Axl players doing this in combos to be going. Alright, so this Rainwater I'm kind of confused about. I'm not an Axl player. So Axl's telling me in the comments if this is like a huge ass nerf. From what I'm seeing, it kind of seems like it. Axl Obama changed input from 2. Wow, they made this shit simplified. I'm crying. Okay, that's cool. Now launches opponent less than previously with multiple times in the same combo. Okay, cool. So it's probably more. Alright, cool. Sacral Storm, is that his special? What is this? One version. Sacral guy is a special. When blocked mid-air, the opponent now lands more quickly than before. Move. Okay, so you can probably punish this a lot. Moves hitbox and the projectiles lower. Alright, cool. I would say Axl got a buff overall. I say Axl got a buff overall just because he's able to converge on a lot of things he couldn't before, especially with this patch. So I would say buff for Axl. Axl got a buff in this shit. Axl extremely got buffed. Well, not extremely, but he got good quality of life changes. Okay, Chipp. Let's see what this character got. Chipp biggest strength is his amount of options. We were made adjust. Okay, is amount of options. So we made adjustment to emphasize this advantage. The attack startup on Shinsu has been reduced, strengthened as a mix-up tool. Shinsu is what? Where's Chipp? Shinsu is what? Okay, the overhead. Okay. So they emphasize the attack star. Alright. The attack star has been reduced. Okay, so Shinsu is faster. His overhead is faster. Okay, which is good. Strengthening as a mix-up tool. Area Alpha Blade is diagonal to be follow up on hit, and Area Alpha Blade is okay. Ground. Okay, horizontal Alpha Blade. Okay, so you can probably use this in combos. Can be follow up on when it's hit. Okay, so this is more combo potential tool. Gamma Blade, in addition to becoming more rewarding due to an increase in options, is now more difficult to counter. Okay, and Gamma Flame is his record, right? I would imagine. Oh, this is his projectile. Okay. In addition to becoming more rewarding due to an increase in his options, is now more difficult to counter. Okay, so Gamma Blade is really good. And I would imagine Gamma Blade is plus on block, right? Yeah, it's +6 on block. So for my Chipp mains, yo, keep using this. This shit is really good now. +6 on block. That's crazy. I didn't even know that. Alright. Decreased knockback. Alright. Close standing S, reduce recovery. Cool. Far standing S, reduce hurt box during attack startup. Now launches the opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Valid. I like that. Okay. Jumping K now launches the opponent higher. Cool. Oh yeah, it's the same universal shit. I have to. My fault. I'm reading down. I keep forgetting it's a universal thing. All right. Alpha Blade diagonal no longer hits the opponent when there's more than a set distance. Okay. No longer hits the opponent when there's more than a set distance apart. Collision detection is now activated. Activate sooner. All right. Aerial Alpha Blade diagonal. Chipp is now lands a greater distance forward than before. Decreased recovery. They're buffing the fuck out of this. No longer his opponent where No longer hits the opponent with more than a set distance apart. Okay, but I'm guessing you can still keep the distance that you have from the momentum, right? Now depletes more RISC level. Increased combat blowback scaling. Now causes more wall break value. Now launches opponents higher on ground hit. Cool. Okay. Beta blade can no longer be roll cancel when the goal has. Okay, this is a universal change. Alright. When blocked mid-air, the opponent now lands more quickly than before. Really? Okay, so you can punish this shit now. And the beta blade is what? Just to be sure. The DP. Okay. This is the beta blade, for people that don't know, is this DP. Alright, so you can punish it and increase attack startup. Damn, they made that shit slower. Alright, Gamma Blade. I think I read this. Increased attack level. Alright, horizontal. Increased combo backslay now causing more wild big. Alright, cool. And Shinsu is his overhead. Reduce attack startup. Reduce recovery. Increase movement speed. Wow. Okay, so it goes further too. Okay. Now creates less distance on opponents on hit in the corner. Probably means you can. Okay. The opponent can now recover after landing. Alright, now depletes, reduce, blowback, and now causes less wall break. Now bounces opponent's load to decrease. Bankai Misa. What's Bankai Misa? That's probably his super, right? Okay. Change from input K to. Oh, they changed the overall. It's from K to P now. That's crazy. Okay. I'm gonna say this. I am not a Chipp player, but from what I've been reading, they kind of buff his overhead and a lot of his follow-ups on certain moves, and making one of his plus on block moves a lot more harder to counter, and just overall better. I think Chipp will have a little more usage in the next version of Guilty Gear Strive. I would want to say this is like a slight buff, or probably like a big buff. Again, I don't play Chipp. He still suffers from having low health and being able to kind of die in 2 combos, but these probably make his changes, or I guess his gameplay, a little bit better. But yeah, I think this is overall a good change for Chipp. Like, he has more mix-up potentials than he did before with his overhead, and the fact that the aerial Delta Blade or whatever, or Alpha Blade, you get a little bit more combos now. I think Chipp he didn't get touched too much, but he got slightly buffed. Potemkin. Oh, let's see this, man. For people that don't know, I personally don't fuck with Potemkin that much. Let me go back real quick. Potemkin. The only reason I'm doing this because I don't know these moves by name, but by notation. All right, so Airtho. What is this? Pop Buster. Slide. No. Giga Impact. Okay. Giga Impact is now easier to follow up when they're near the corner or even on aerial hits. Make it punching the opponent backdash more rewarding. Oh, that's good. And this move is plus on block, right? Plus 19 on block. Yo, Potemkin main. Like, look at this. This shit is plus. This shit OD, bro. Alright. Gaka, was it? Goster Kai? Giga Nucker Kai, or however you pronounce it. Used to function as both an invincible move as a way to maintain offense. It no longer has invincibility. What is this? Is this that forward shit he did? No, that's Hammerfall. Where is it? Am I bugging? Heavy. This is what is funk. Had used to function as both invincible as a way to maintain, and no longer has invincibility. Has been improved as a tool to maintain offense pressure. Is that really? Is that? Did they nerf that? And now works in a block train after. Okay, all right, that's good. That's good. And his 4K is what? Because again, I don't play these characters, so I gotta specify, not to be too annoying. Okay, cool. Oh, so you can do this into the special? That's really good. All right, cool. Opens up potential for a high-low mix with dust attack or sweep, or going in for guard cross with the gig. Oh, wow. So you gotta guess. Damn, you gotta guess now with Potemkin. All right, cool. Standing K, reduce frontal hurt box. Cool. Crouching K to decrease knockback, reduce frontal. Crouching S, reduce frontal hurtbox. Alright, they reduce a lot of his hurt boxes, so it's probably, you probably can't whiff punish him a lot consistently, if that makes sense. Like, his hurt box, depending on how minimal they made the hurt boxes, is probably gonna be a little bit more awkward to whiff punish this man, if that makes sense. Forward heavy slash, reduce frontal hurt box, reduce horizontal blowback distance. The opponent can no longer recover after landing on counter hit. Wow, and that's his 4 heavy slash is what? His 6 heavy slash is what? God damn, what? The opponent can no longer recover after landing in counter hit. Reduce trumble duration on counter. Okay. Jump P, universal changes. Potemkin Buster, reduce frontal hurt box. Okay. Reduce damage. Mega Fist, reduce damage. I don't think it's that bad. Hammerfall, and Hammerfall is what? Hammerfall is, let me see. Mega Fist, I already know that. Hammerfall is this, right? This is Hammerfall for people that don't know. Hammerfall, the opponent can no longer recover after landing on counter hit. Okay, increase maximum form movement time possible. Oh, so it can go further now. Alright, cool. Reduce base damage scaling. What's FDB? FDB? Oh, that's that. Okay, that's his projectile. Okay. Reduce base damage scaling, now depletes less. Reduce combo blowback sound, now causes less wallback. Oh, they nerfed it a little bit. Okay. Get impact, decrease damage, remove wallbound effects, and add trumble. Okay. Projectile now appears either strike. Okay, remove invincibility. Okay, Potemkin. They kind of got rid of one of his defensive options. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. They got rid of one of his defensive options, but since they got rid of a defensive option, now they're making it more rewarding on some of his other things, right? So now, because you really have to hold back with Potemkin, your mix-ups is a lot stronger. I feel like Potemkin kind of got, I don't know, as a Potemkin player, because a lot of Potemkins, from my experience fighting them, they use to pop that because it covers the area. It kind of works in both ways, right? Defensive and offensive. But now that you can't use it defensively anymore, it kind of worries me on how the character is going to be played. But I overall think he got a buff. He got too much of a buff for that one nerf to really be anything like crazy, right? And probably like to reduce damage on Mega Fist. But again, I don't think that's too crazy. Mega Fist on block is negative, right? Backwards is +4. I didn't even know that. On block is -6. Cancelable backwards -2. Yeah, so it's not really that bad. Okay, I gotta remember that. On block backwards, that shit is +4. I didn't even realize that. But I would say Potemkin got a slight buff, even though his one of his defensive options got removed. He still got a buff, in my honest opinion. Faust. Okay, this character, I'm gonna give y'all some context. Faust is probably one of the saddest characters to see in Guilty Gear, bro. Especially in Strive. Like, this man, my Faust players, y'all been going through the mud. Let's see if Arxis fucks with your character this patch, bro. Let's see. Okay, with buffs to standing K and far slanting S, Faust can now take the advantage during ground and neutrals more easily. In addition, Mini Faust now attacks more quickly to better prevent the opponent's approach, making it easier to use what it could be. What it could be is his special, right? Where's Faust? Faust. There we go. Hold on. Again, I don't know these moves by name. I know them by notation. So what it could be, I'm guessing, is his special, right? Or it's not a special. This is his item. Okay. To throw items. Alright. The decrease to the attack startup on P and K version of Scarecrow make it more viable as a surprise attack. They can better use in turns while items not as the attack begins once the button's released. Alright, so there's a whole button for mix-ups. So let's say, for example, if Faust players probably throw that a hammer or something and hold the button, it could kind of be like a situation they could put on people. So that's pretty cool. And the fact that Mini Faust activates Factor means that that item can cover you way better, which I really like. Faust position after the broncution excitement Sandmac has been adjusted. Make it easier to trigger wall break. What's the bronc? Is that the special with his Yeah, that's his special. Okay, so you can wall break after this? That's good. That's a good fucking buff. Alright, cool. 6P launches opponent higher, and 6P is his shit when he hits backwards. I know that. So, alright, now you could probably get more combo potential from that, which is really fucking good. Expanded lower hitbox. Okay, valid. Oh, so you could probably can you hit crouching opponents before? You could probably hit crouching opponents now. And from what, if I'm reading it right. Or you probably could do that before. I'm just dissecting what these things mean. Crouching K, reduce attack startup. Alright, cool, it's faster. Crouching close slash, reduce recovery. Good. Far slash, reduces recovery, reduces front hitbox. And far slash S, let me see. His far standing S is what? Because, let me see. Far standing S, let me see if I can find it. 5D. Okay, wow, okay. Reduce recovery, recruit. Alright, that's great. Okay, cool. Crouching SS now launches opponent on grounded hit. Now launches the opponent higher. Buff. Standing H flop. The opponent can no longer recover out on counter. Okay, cool. Buff. Added a stagger effect. Buff. Universal changes here. Buff. Jumping heavy slash reduce. Buff. Mix. Makes the timing for controlling Faust move direction with from inputs faster. Rollbacks. Now mixes direction of what's mix. What is that? Oh, this shit is faster. That's the tornado. Oh shit, that's a tornado, y'all. Okay. Make the timing for controlling Faust moves in direction with inputs faster. Blowback direction now matches the direction of Faust is facing. The final hit during the active frames now has the same properties regardless of the number it's hit. Wow, that seems pretty good. I don't know if this last part is like a buff Faust mains tell me, but that okay. Banana peel. Banana peel can no longer hit multiple characters at the same time. I don't know if that's a buff or a nerf, but I guess it's a decent quality of life change because Faust players do get fucked up from their own items, so this is probably a good buff. Added guard crush effect, added guard bounce effect. Okay, meteors. Wow. Blowback direction from matches. Mini Faust hitbox. Now activate directly after coming in contact with the opponent or being attacked. That's really good. That's really, really good. So now, before, let me give y'all some insights if niggas didn't know anything about Faust. If Faust used this item, which is Mini Faust, right? You can literally walk past him. So what happened when you play Faust is that it will be situations where you throw out Mini Faust and you as the player realize this and you can just say, yo, fuck him and go straight for the Faust player. The fact that he activates a bond just being in contact with him or just getting close to him is great because now it means Faust players can get in more consistently with that item. So I actually like that fact because you could literally say fuck Mini Faust and go through mad shit. Like, I like this buff. Not only changes the same button used to activate the attacks is held down. Okay, now launches the opponent higher. Scarecrow. Okay, reduce attack startup, which is really good. And Scarecrow is what? Scarecrow is when he dives down, right? Yeah, okay, so boom. That's really good. The fact that they're making it faster. Now it's more of a mix-up and keeping the opponent guessing. Alright. And you can combo off of shit more consistently. Attack animation begins with the buttons release. Good. Reduces. Okay. Increased damage on initial hit. Project is now appears when the move is run will cancel at earlier points than before. Love, okay. Expanded upper hitbox. Rollback direction now the match's direction Faust is facing. Faust is now closer to the opponent after cinematic ends, and the bone crushing is a super. Okay. My thoughts on Faust. I think Faust got a great buff. I really do think Faust got a great buff. And mind you, again, I'm gonna keep reminding y'all with the fact that you can now dash cancel a lot of your Ks means there's opportunity Faust has in his kit that we weren't able to see before. You're going to see a lot of different combos in this version of the game. So keep that in mind. Faust players, yo, y'all got a great buff. But to be honest, I don't know if this buff alone, depending on how the patches goes, when I go through this shit, Is it gonna be a good change for what the shit y'all have to fight later on? If that makes sense. Because if Leo or any of the top tier characters still get buffed, there's nothing in the world that these patches can do to make those matchups easier for you. So just realize these are great buffs, but again, we're not done with the patch notes. This shit can, a lot of good characters can still be better. So keep that in mind. You still might be dapping up that low tier spot. Okay, Milla Rage. I think Milla is a good character, me personally. Let's see if they gave her a buff or a nerf. Milla ground and neutral game has improved due to increased range and reduced startup of Faust slashing S. Okay, let me go to Milla real quick in case there's any normals I'm confused with. Faust slashing S. This move, okay. The changes to jump D. Compel was compel. Compel is turbo. Compel, okay, this compel and other moves make for opportunities to trip the opponent up and deal damage after going on offensive with jumping, heavy slash, doing an air dash. Or Okazeme after knocking the opponent down has improved due to the increase in recovery of the heavy version of Temple Top. I know what that is. I don't even have to look what that move is. Okay, crouching P, reduce attack startup. So it's faster, so she could probably get out of a lot of situations now. Okay. Crouching K, reduce knockback, reduce upper hurt box. Alright. Close standing S, reduce recovery, change the on hit effect of the second hit. I don't know what this means. I don't play Milla, but that's probably when she does this, right? Change the on hit effect of the second hit. So does it launch you? Alright. Okay. Reduce the attack start by panel frontal hitbox and hurtbox. Alright, yeah, which makes sense. You don't want that move to be a little too OD. Standing heavy slash, reduce frontal hurtbox. Okay, jumping P. Okay. To be honest with you, this universal change might be kind of different for Milla. Because Milla probably gets a lot from jumping K. She probably now launches the opponent higher. For this buff for Milla, it might be extremely different. So I don't know. Jumping S, reduce frontal hurt box. Okay. Jumping D, expanded frontal hitbox and reduce hurt box. Alright. Now launches the opponent on grounded hit. Jumping D is what? Or JD is what? Let me see. Air JD. What the fuck? Okay. Now launches opponents on grounded hit. Oh, wow. I wonder if you can use that as like a mix-up. Alright, you know, let me see. Increase recovery upon successful throw. This is probably like a little nerf, but I don't think it's too big of a problem. Okay, Bad Moon. The final hit now launches the opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback. What's Bad Moon? Bad Moon. What? That's the overhead? Okay. The final hit now launches the opponent higher, so you can have more combos. Okay, more combo routes or just better enders in general. Turbo fall, reduce recovery. Reduce recovery. Alright. Reduce recovery tabletop. Reduce recovery hitbox no longer disappear with Milla blocks opponent's attacks. Increase knockback. Okay. Alright. Decrease horizontal blowback distance, expand frontal hitbox with Iron Savior. That's the low, right? Okay, cool. That's the low. Compel, change the properties from strike, reduce recovery now, effect by, okay. And Wagner, increase the attack stop, increase recovery, will block, and then not. That's probably your special, right? I'm guessing that's what it is. Yeah, that's your special. Alright, boom. Yo, Milla got buffed, bro. Yo, my Milla players, yo, y'all rejoicing. Y'all got buffed heavy. They just made your Oki way better. And your mix-up potential way better. And your combo potential way better. So, Milla players, yo, drink and party like it's fucking New Year's Eve. Y'all niggas got buffed. Y'all niggas got buffed. They made her Oki better, they made her combo better, and they made her grounded game better, and they just made Milla better. So Milla players, rejoice. Rejoice, bro. Rejoice. Y'all deserve it. Kinda. Kinda. But Milla, good shit to y'all. Zato. Okay, let me see this. Me personally, I don't really fuck with Zato as much. I think. Okay, I'm gonna finally get into Zato. Me personally, I don't like this fucking character. This character is extremely corny in my honest opinion. But let's get into him. When Zato is summoned, Zato can now take up more time going on offensive due to reduced rate of meter consumption. Increasing the duration of jumping D comes out makes it less likely for him to land, improving his utility as an overhead. He can trip up the opponents with difficult to react to strings from aerial attacks or 6S heavy slash. Okay. The decrease in combo blowback of other kinds of scaling makes it more warranted to use. That's a lot in combos or strings, even the drill hits multiple times. Eddie, reduce meter depletion when not attacking. That seems like a buff. 6P. Adjust animations of opponents' characters on hit. Reduce knockback, reduce attack startup. Okay, buff. Cold slang, buff. Reduce, okay, that's good. Buff. Decrease damage. Reduce descent speed. Active frames now continue from the initial hit to the final hit. Expand the lower hitbox and hurt box on the initial hit. Okay, this is the quality of life changes I was saying before. Alright. Now launches the opponent. Oh no, I'm reading the wrong thing. The first half of the active frames now launches the opponent higher, which increases horizontal blowback distance. So jumping heavy slash from Zato. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, it's back up here. Yeah, you can combo more off this shit now. Okay. Delay the timing when Eddie gauge is depleted. Initial hit now launches the opponent higher. Reduces attack startup on second hit. Delay the timing when Eddie gauge is depleted. Decrease damage. All types of scaling not only be applied once, even the projectile hits multiple times. Okay. Okay, they kind of nerfed it. Delay the time when Eddie gauge is depleted. Buff. Kind of it's a nerf, but for its utility, it's not really that bad. All types of scale will not only be applied once, even the projectile hits multiple times. Okay. Leave decreased damage, expand hurt box. Okay, nerf. All right. Zato did not need a lot of this shit, but I mean, hey, Zato players rejoice, y'all got buffed. Y'all got fucking buff. As much as I don't like this character, hey man, rejoice in what you can get. Because I don't like Zato, but hey, you can't get what you always want, right? Ramlethal. Alright. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. A lot of the things I see with Ramlethal, I don't fight Ramlethals enough to really complain about the character. Excuse me, my nose is kind of running. I don't fight Ramlethal players enough to really bitch about the character. From what people been saying through YouTube and shit, this character needs a nerf, this character needs this character needs to get toned down. She's simple, she's baby mode. Like, from what people are saying, right? Me personally, I don't fight Ramlethal players enough to bitch about the character. But if I did, I'd probably be in the same boat. But let's see if Arxis finally tones down this character. Adjustment to attack, startup, and recovery of crouching S has improved. Whoa. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. I'm seeing improve. That's not a good word for this character. Okay, hold on. And crouching S is the... Okay. Crouching S has improved its utility as a poke as it lasts range or compared to far slashing as it made it less useful previously. Okay, Ramlethal is now close to the opponent after Duro hits on the ground, meaning she can continue our offense with close slash. Oh, what the fuck am I reading? Okay, the decreased height. Oh, what the hell is this? Oh, this shit. Yeah, I don't see really Ramlethal players use this. Okay. The decreased height makes it easier to use in neutral, so she has more of an options button to abuse in the neutral. Okay. The damage distribution chaos been adjusted, make it deal more damage when using combos to distinguish it from her invincible move. What? Oh. they buffed her super. I mean, realistically, I don't see Ramlethal players using this super as much, but the damage of super has been adjusted, making it deal more damage when it's using combo disguised from. Did they nerf the other damage for them to use that? Oh wait. Dash cancel, increase recovery. Okay. Crouching K, decrease knockback. Close slash, decrease recovery. Far standing S, reduce upper hitbox. Alright. Crouching S, reduce attack startup and I don't like what they're doing. Reduce upper hitbox. Okay. Jump P, jump K. Universal, which at the end of the day is like a kind of buff they're giving people or characters. Banjuri Neto, if that's how you pronounce it, right? Banjuri Neto. Oh, this is her little projectile shits. Okay, let me see. All versions, delay time when the projectile appeals. Attack starts remain unchanged, but delay timing with the projectile appeals. All right, what does that mean? Okay. If Ramlethal takes damage after firing a sword and before it reaches the corner, then the hitbox appears and the sword will be placed on the ground. If Ramlethal takes damage after firing the sword and before it reaches the corner, the hitbox disappears and the sword will appear on the ground. So you know what that initially means, right? And to be honest with you, I don't really want to say this is a nerf to that. Decrease damage, reduce hitbox on the explosion. Okay, how can I explain this for my Ramlethal players? That buff alone, or that little change alone, just means that Ramlethal players are not going to throw that in the neutral as often anymore. And to be honest with you, the fact that you can't do this, but now you have another neutral tool that they gave you, just encourage you to hold your sword more, to continue that space. So basically what Arctis is saying, like, yo, don't get rid of your sword, keep it, because now you have another thing in your neutral arsenal, or in your arsenal that you can use consistently. Is basically what they're trying to say. So I can't even say that's like a hard body nerf. That's not even a nerf. That's like, okay, you know what? Just keep your swords now. Is basically what they're telling you. Keep your swords now and constantly stay at that pace you excel at. Which to me, it's alright. Increase movement distance. What the fuck is Daro? What the hell is this? +5 on ground and hit and 5k for normals. This is -10 on block. Okay. Increase movement distance so it goes further. No longer cause collision detection. Okay. And this is probably, what is this? Oh yeah, the same shit I was talking about. Reduce deceleration, lower height of ascent. That shit to me, bro. Alright. Decrease damage on all others than the final hit. Increase damage on the final hit. Increase recovery when blocking in mid-air. The opponent now lands more quickly than before. And that's our other super, right? Yeah, this is this super. Okay, yo, I'm gonna say this right now. I don't even think Ramlethal realistically got a nerf. I think the character remains unchanged and she's still gonna be a top tier character. And this is one of the characters that people really want to nerf. So the fact that she gets a lot, to be honest with you, a lot of changes that Arxis gave these characters, she probably got buffed, I'll argue, the most. Because now that jumping K and P grants you more combos, Ramlethal still like if you read literally her patch notes, it doesn't seem like her game plan is gonna change as much. If anything, she's probably gonna be more obnoxious. This right here, Ramlethal takes damage after firing sword, and before it reaches the corner, the hitbox disappears and the sword will be placed on the ground. Like, that just basically tells me that Ramlethal players are gonna be more inclined to keep their shit and not use it in neutral. Once you get to the corner, it's gonna be the same shit, literally. But I don't know if that's gonna work with RC. Maybe I don't know, but I guess for my Ramlethal players, I would say this is a buff to the character. They didn't really do anything crazy. If anything, they improved on her crouching slash, and the character is still strong. And they made her other super more viable in combo. So instead of going for the one that is invincible and shit, that's usually a reversal, now you have another means of getting your damage. So you know what? Ramlethal players, y'all got a fucking buff. Arxis, I don't know why y'all buffed this character, but hey, I can't hate. I can't hate. I rarely fight the character, but psh. And Leo, let's get to Leo, another top tier character that just needs to get toned down. The changes to Zoe Grabble means that, okay, hold on. Let me go to Leo. I'm guessing that's his back turn. His back turn stance. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, that's his thing. Okay, that's probably his back turn, right? Yep. Though it changes to his back turn, means that they, even when the opponent is in the corner, Leia could go into a brawl stance. And oh my fucking god, bro. Son. Okay, let me read this shit. Due to the disparity and difficulties of punishing and dealing with his sweep depending on an opponent's character's recovery and knockback has been adjusted. Although Leo will be open to a counterattack at close range, slap during a dash can function as a lunge attack. Let me read this again. The changes to his back turns mean that even when his cross up, even means when the opponent's in the corner, Leo can go into this. I'm gonna go on a little rant for Leo, right? I don't know why Arxis has I don't know why Arxis feels the need to give this character any more shit that he needs. And mind you, with the general changes or the universal changes that these characters have, mean that they're strong anyway. Mind you, this man can dash up and dash cancel and do a bunch of different shit he can do before. Mind you, a character with a run can dash cancel at you with his 5k normals now. The fact that Leo can possibly mix your shit up with just universal changes, and now when you're in the corner he can go into back stance from just doing, it's ridiculous, bro. And you gotta think of scenarios like this. Once Leo gets you down, you know, Leo players, they do his whatever projectile trap you in the corner. They'll probably just do the move just to get into instant back turn. Literally. Just to get into they have to nerf something other than that. He has like 3 ways of getting into that shit now. Grab, the shit where he slams the thing down and ends up, and his and cross up. 3 things. Okay, you know what? Let me just finish this. Close standing S, reduce recovery, standing K, increase. I don't really care about that because you're gonna, okay. Command normal 5 can withstand the opponent's attack until directly before the attack is active. Okay, so that's probably the shit where you hold it and then you, okay. Expanded lower hitbox, increase recovery, decrease knockback, increase movement speed. Now it's more affected by dash momentum. Now opponent launch higher on counter. Okay, universal changes. Seeing second hit can now launch opponents lower. Alright. Jumping heavy slash, decrease frontal hitbox, now launches opponent lower. Okay, cool. Jumping D now bounces opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. The fuck is this? Extreme? What is that? Start. Is this what they're talking? Oh, this his DP. Okay. Now I can cross up. Okay. Where's his DP? Increase attack stall can no longer be roaming cancel with the when the ball versus when block mid air the opponent. All right, but you can still get a back turn from it. So okay. You can punish it now if you're in the air, probably, but you can still get the back turn, I'm guessing. I don't know if the increased startup is going to have anything to do with that, but... Okay, now crosses over behind opponents even when they're in the corner. The opponents can now recover after landing. Okay, increased damage. Okay, I don't even want to read this shit, bro. Yo, I don't know why Arxis needs to buff this strong character. To be honest, they could have just left him the way he is. They didn't need to give him shit. He's still a strong character. Good normals, great. I will argue Leo has probably one of the best projectiles in Guilty Gear Strive. Literally. The fact they made his back turn stronger, and yeah, okay, that's ridiculous. Yo, Leo players, y'all got a dub. Y'all got a dub, bro. I consider this a buff. Realistically speaking, this is a buff. This nigga got buff. Okay. All right, wow, that's ridiculous, bro. I am speechless. All right, yo, let me not make this video longer. That's crazy. Nagoriyuki, another top tier. They just throwing top tiers in the same category, huh? All right, Nagoriyuki. The properties of a move such as far standing slash and crouching slash now varies depending on the blood gauge. What does that mean? This means that it greater benefits to keeping the blood gauge higher than before. So wait, now you're encouraging players to pop? What the fuck am I reading, bro? You are encouraging players to build up their blood gauge rather than keep it down? Really? Okay. Alright, I don't know the name of these moves. Where's Nagoriyuki? There we go. So okay, Shinzuriki, if I pronounced that right. As Kuro was significantly stronger than, and that's probably his Shinzuriki, Bloodsucking, Red Rage. Well, damn, they need to put in the notations, bro. Okay, the Beyblade. As Beyblade was significantly stronger than what? Shinkuki? What's the Z? Okay. Alright. The situation on black is now less advantage. Okay. The later part of Fuki now be cancelled. The special move is now opening greater possibility for using Fuko in neutral. What is the dash? The last part of Fuko can now be canceled into some special moves, opening up greater possibilities for using Fukyo in neutral. So wait. They're telling me they nerfed the Beyblade to give you so you can basically dash into clone or dash into command grab or dash into another super, and you benefit off of having your blood gauge high now. What am I reading? Crouching K decreased knockback. Far standing S attacks startups now varies depending on the blood range. Damage and chip damage now varies depending on the blood gauge. Far standing S damage and chip damage now varies on the blood gauge. Crouching S attack startups now varies on the blood gauge. Damage and chip now varies depending on the reduced lower hitbox. Now launches. Oh, that's a quality. Okay. Jump S now attack star varies depending on the chip damage now varies on the okay. Everything is blood gauge. But blood rage. Decrease opponent's reeling time during crutch counter. Delay the timing with the blood gauge beginning to increase. Okay. Delay the time when the blood gauge begins to increase. So your blood grade. Oh my fucking god! They're gonna make this character more gorilla than before, bro. All right. Decrease knockback, increase horizontal blowback distance. No longer cause collision detection to push box to expand. Increase recovery. Increase movement distance. No. And this is the Beyblade, right? Let me see. This is the Beyblade. for those that don't know, this move is 0 on block. Literally, look, it's right here. This move is 0 on block. And you know what's increased recovery. So this move is gonna have some form of recovery now. You know what's really annoying about this? I still feel like this move is gonna be viable, because at worst it should have had some sort of negative. Like, to be honest with you, this is not even like a nerf. This is something Nagoriyuki players just have to realize, okay, now I just can't press a button, instead of being at worst -0 on block, which is kind of wicked. Knocks the opponent down on hit, can cancel into any super or super on block, hit or block, increase blood gauge, which now they delayed the blood gauge, mind you. So Nagoriyuki is going to be more gorilla and benefit right here. This means that there's a granted benefit to keeping the blood gauge higher than before. So they're encouraging you to build up your blood gauge rather than saying, no, you got to keep your shit low. So they made a complete 180 with the character. Yo, y'all are gonna get more benefit off of keeping this shit high with the chip damage and this is ridiculous, bro. Increase recovery when follow-ups. Okay. Just from reading this alone, I say Nagoriyuki got buffed. But I can't really say that for sure until players actually test out how significant the blood gauge really benefits this character. I would say from a glance and from me reading this is a solid buff. You know what's so funny about this shit? Is the fact that Nagoriyuki, Leo, and Ramlethal are the 3 characters that got buffed, and these are probably one of the characters that needed to get toned down a little bit. This shit I don't understand. You know what? They not changing the damage. They didn't even nerf the damage in Guilty Gear Strive. So you know what? I can understand that. Yo, Nagoriyuki players, y'all got buffed. Rejoice. I'm not hating, but I will want rejoice, bro. Rejoice. Giovanna. I actually like Giovanna. I hope they didn't really kill her as much. We made adjustments to emphasize the distinctive features of each special move. After Giovanna leaps during soul, what is that? Where's Giovanna? Oh, that shit is like right there in my face. Okay, let me see. Where's soul? Oh, this is what? The hurt box? This is anti-air, I'm guessing, right? This, from what I've seen from this looks more like an anti-air than anything. Has forward move, cannot be controlled with back or inputs. This reduces starts and increases utility as a mix-up. So basically what they're saying is you can shimmy motherfuckers now, which I feel like Giovanna should have did more consistently, to be honest with you. With her movement, she can shimmy fire out you now. Decrease recovery, further strengthens its ability to maintain offensive pressure. So now function better as an anti-air move. What is this? Oh no, that's the wrong one. This is the one they're talking. Oh, never mind. I got it confused. So this is the move they were talking about. This is an anti-air, and this is okay. That's more mix-up. All right, forgive me for what I'm saying. So this is wow. I wasn't like that. Oh, it's probably from distance whether you get the cross up or on the same side. So now that you can control it, okay, now I see. Okay, I see that. Forgive me, I made a mistake. Dash. Movement distance can now be altered with, okay, cool. Normal moves and command moves, added chip damage when over 50 tension. That's scary. That's scary because Giovanna can keep you blocking for a hot minute. That's actually scary. Over 50 tension, that's still scary. And you know what's really fucked up about this too? Because this alone just means that Giovanna is just going to condition you heavy. Giovanna's going to condition you heavy for you to make this mistake and waste the 50 meters to probably punish your shit or probably keep yourself more safe. That is scary. Okay, you know what? Decrease knockback. Expand upper hitbox and hurt box. Okay. Expand the upper hitbox. Alright. Far slashing S. Decrease horizontal blowback distance. Alright. You can probably combo off that more consistently now, so that's kind of like a buff. Increased recovery, no longer hits the opponent when there's a set distance apart. Hold on, what's her sweep? What's her sweep? JD, no. What's her sweep? I'm trying to look for a sweep. Is sweep like 2D? Is sweep 2D? So this move, a dust bunny that actually involves the stupid people. Alright. I'm guessing her sweep is 2D. Okay. Yeah, increase no longer hits opponent when there's a set distance. Alright, so it doesn't go far now? Alright, that's kind of a nerf. Launches, okay, general changes, reduce hurt box, lower, decrease damage. The second hit now launches opponent higher for combos, reduce throw range. Is this a buff or it seems like a buff the way I'm processing it. What is this? Scapula. Oh, this is this? Okay, the kick. Scapula is the kick, y'all, just to clarify, it's the kick. Decrease damage, reduce lower hitbox and hurtbox. Damn, they nerf it. Expand the maximum distance on opponents from which you can connect. Increase active frames, reduce recovery. What is that? Oh, really? Oh, it's more safe. Alright, cool. It's safe, it has... Alright, that's cool. So now reduce lower hitbox, expand the upper hitbox. What's this? Oh, that's the okay, the overhead. Increase attack startup. I'm guessing that's her spin. That's her spin, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. You know what I think Giovanna got? I think Giovanna just got a tap on her shoulder. Literally. I think she got like a slight buff. A slight buff. It's weird to say. I'm kind of in the middle with it. I would say she got like a slight buff. A slight buff. Or, you know, it just made the character seem like the things that she was supposed to do, right? Like, I don't think Giovanna really got hit that hard. Me personally. If anything, the chip damage alone with the tension is actually really fucking good. So I think Giovanna was like a tap on the shoulder, like, yeah, we acknowledge you, do your thing. I think that's what it is. Oh, okay. Other than that, Anji. The bottom of the barrel, bro. Let's see if you got buffed. I'm not an Anji player, so again, let me move on to this man's thing now, so I know what fucking moves they're talking about. Where the fuck is Anji? There we go. Because I don't know why they don't use notations. The butterfly. Okay, Fujin. The crux of Anji's offense and faults have improved utility. That's why I like to fucking hear. The decrease in recovery of Fujin makes it hard to punish on block. That's what I like to hear. It's now easier to maintain the offense after the opponent blocks. Shinsuke, Ren, and decreased start makes it better as a mix-up to Shin thing. Oh, this. Isn't this plus on block from what? Yeah, it's plus 4 on block. Alright, cool. And Ren, decreased startup. And Ren is what? Oh, the overhead. Alright, cool. So they made the overhead faster. And they made it so opponents will have to expect the move, because I feel like when I fought Anji, I can jump over this move consistently. Let me show y'all. Like, this move, I feel like it wasn't really that important because a lot of players didn't respect it as much. But the fact that they make it easier to connect to with your opponent, I think that's strong on its own. As the movement speed of Shinsu declares in the corner, decelerating in the corner functions better as Okizemiku in the corner. Let me see, what is that? What the fuck is that? That's the butterfly. I don't really know too much about it. I guess it just means it's more consistent at the end of the day. Decrease knockback, reduce recovery, far sliding S, reduce attack startup, reduce frontal hurt box, crouching slash, reduce attack startups. Okay. Reduce frontal hurt box, no longer a counter hit state after the active frames end. Okay. Reduce. Okay, so buff. Opponents is now forced in the crouch state on the ground. I don't know what the fuck this means at all. I don't know what this means, but I would assume it's a buff. Now launches opponent higher when decreased horizontal blowback, jumping feet, universal changes. Now launches opponents higher with decreased horizontal blowback distance. Okay, cool. What's this? What's jump heavy? That's this, right? All right, cool. Now launches opponents higher. Okay, cool. Expanded frontal hitbox reduces hurtbox. Shinsu the pressure now. That's a butterfly. Reduce charge into increase. Okay, no longer increase attack. What's Nagiha is the low, right? Increase attack startup. So they buffed the overhead but made the low slower? Why did they do that? I don't agree with this shit, bro. I really don't agree with it. Because I feel like Anji's a type of character that should have like some sort of mix-ups. Like he should be able to condition you. He should be the type of character that can really pace you in the max and kind of keep you guessing. I don't understand why they're afraid to make Anji have like and so Badguy and shit all sort of have like a game plan. Like Anji, well, I don't agree with that, bro. They should have just left the low the way it is. Like increase startup. I don't agree with that, bro. Reduce attack star. It's not bad, but me personally, I don't agree with it. Now causes less wall break value gain. This is the overhead. Reduce. Now bonds his opponent lower when decrease horizontal. Okay, alright, cool. Call decrease the damage of the second hit. The opponent can now recover after landing. What's called? Or cow. Oh, this is okay. Decrease the damage of the second hit and now recover after landing. Oh wow. And increase damage. This is his super, right? If I'm gonna be honest with you, my Anji players, these are good buffs, but I don't think it's anything to where the character is gonna like shine upper on the tier list. To be honest with you, like these buffs are really good. I'm not saying they're not, but the buffs that Leo, Ramlethal, Zato, Nagoriyuki, I still feel like Anji is gonna be dapping up the low tier end of the tier list. Anji and Faust, I don't really think, but again, I could be wrong because you know this is just off of paper. I don't know how it's gonna be when the game gets updated. But with Anji, like these are good, but the fact that they weren't willing to take the chance to at least like the fact they increased the attack start, but don't get me wrong, it's not the end of the world, but like when you want Anji to have some sort of like mix-up potential, wouldn't that be the case? But that will probably, you know what, I feel like they probably would have did that if they decreased the damage. But since the damage is high, they don't want to make Anji a whole, yeah, overhead, low, plus frames and shit like that. I think that's why they didn't make the low, like, they made the low kind of quick, which kind of sucks, but hey. Anji, I would say y'all got a buff, but I don't think the buffs is going to be substantial enough for y'all to get out of low tier. I think y'all still going to be at the same placement, but y'all got tools y'all can work with a little better now. Eno, me personally, I don't give two shits about Eno, but I'm gonna go through it. Sorry, Eno mains, but that's me being honest. I really don't care. I fight Eno very like little. Eno specializes in closing in quickly from mid-range to start a powerful mix-up game. However, she has more options to pressure opponent from mid to far range as well. The additional pressure of Chemical Love makes it easier to hit the opponent. Let me go to Eno, because you know, for the love of God, I don't know why game developers hit you with the name of the move when nobody in the FGC fucking knows. Nobody takes the time to learn these shits. We all know it by notation. Where is Eno? Alright. Chemical Love is probably the projectile, right? I'm guessing. Horizontal projectile, let me see. Yeah, I assume correct is this. Okay. Makes it easier to hit the opponent. The additional projectile range. Okay. Aerial enter the person skills now has different utility than the grounded version due to the increase in movement speed of the projectile. This is the note, right? Scale. This is the note, I'm guessing, right? It has to be. Stroke the big tree. Yeah, this is the note. Okay. It has a different utility on the ground version to increase movement speed of the projectile. Oh, okay. So this is probably like a move to get in for Ino a little bit more consistently in the air version. All right, I bangs with that. I Stroke the Big Tree heavy slash version was incredibly tool for continuing offense. This capability has been reduced by increasing. They nerfed that? Wait, Stroke the Big Tree was an incredibly powerful tool for continuing offense. This capability has been reduced by increasing its recovery while maintaining its speed and why? Okay. So is this move not where is it? Stroke the Big Tree has to be the slot. Stroke the Big Tree. How much? The H version is +2 on block, but the recovery. How big is the recovery gonna be? All right. Okay. Trajectory can now be altered from air dash. All right, cool. Air dash, reduce attack, crouching P, reduce attack startup. Alright, faster. Crouching K, decrease knockback, reduce upper hitbox. Alright, cool. Close standing slash, reduce recovery. Buff, reduce attack startup. Buff, expanded frontal hitbox and hurtbox. The hurtbox sucks, but hey, kind of a buff. Universal changes. The note, trajectory is now easier to alter with red dot projectiles is not up here. Okay, Roman cancel at the end. Fix it bug with attack will sometimes remain on screen longer than intended as the hitbox disappears. Okay, cool. Aerial scare, increase the movement speed of the projectile, increase recovery. Okay, this is kinda what's the fuck it? Okay. Chemical love, increase active frames. God damn. Oh no, that's good. That's good. Oh, I'm saying goddamn for that's actually really good. Stroke the Big Tree, which increase recovery, increase stagger duration. Oh, that's actually really good. Okay, cool. Decrease knockback on hit. All right, cool. That's actually really good. Sorry, performance. The final hit during the active frames now has the same properties regardless of the number of hits. Ultimate full shield, increase attack startup, and Ino can no longer land as the move comes out. Let me see what that is. That's her specials, right? Alright, cool. I think Ino didn't get touched as much. To be honest, I'm kind of very in a weird spot with Ino. Like, I don't think Ino is really that strong of a character. I think she's great. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think the buffs are gonna really make it to where she fucking gets like, to be honest with you, I think Ino might go down lower in the list because of some of these buffs and because of the universal change with the 5k dash cancels now. I feel like Ino can't utilize that. I don't know if that's true or not because the way she moves, she floats up, and I could be wrong, but I think basically off of that universal change, Ino's is gonna have a lot harder matchups now. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think Ino really got touched too much. A lot of her changes seem good, but again, I'm not an Ino player, so Ino's tell me in the comments if this is a great change or not. I'm guessing it's pretty valid. Goldlewis Dickinson. That sounded really, really crazy the way I pronounce his last name, but let's see. Goldlewis. I'm actually really expecting Goldlewis to get some sort of buffs because the character don't seem like he's running amok. But the character Goldlewis, when Goldlewis first came out, I always had high potential for this character because Goldlewis can really put you in situations, right? Excuse me. He has a plus on move. He has a plus on block move that has a ton of chip damage. And if you get hit, you can basically get TOD'd. And his neutral is not that bad at all. With his security level, the higher his security level is, his I guess projectiles become way stronger. I think Goldlewis has a lot of potential, and depending on how they buff him, he might be a very intimidating character. I won't go as far as to say top tier, but he's a runner up if they really buff him like crazy, right? Goldlewis is now capable of more powerful offense and neutrals due to the changes to some of his normals, including standing heavy slash and jumping D, which for those that don't know, jumping D is probably a go-to, like, what is it? A go-to jumping normal for him. So the fact that they buffed that is really good. As well as buffs to his projectiles such as Thunderbird and Bring It Down. I know what Bring It Down is. That's the satellite projectile, which is really good. What's another one? Due to the increase of the movement speed and momentum for 6 heavy slash is extremely potent when canceled into Behemoth Typhoon. What do they mean by that? Due to increase of movement speed and momentum. So that means instead of him standing in place, he's able to kind of spin around in neutral. Yo, that's really good. From what I'm reading, that might be the case. That's really good. The property of Thunderbirds can avail it on security level, which, okay, we all know that. 6P lowers extended lower hitbox. All right, cool. For those that don't know about Goldlewis, when Goldlewis first came out, he had an issue to where his 6P wouldn't hit crouching opponents. I don't know if it's still like that for this version of Underknife. I'm here talking like I'm playing of Guilty Gear Strive. I don't know if it's still like that for Guilty Gear Strive with this version of the game, but I'm guessing 6P can now hit crouching opponents more consistently now than it did when he first got released. But yeah, that's a good buff. Crouching K, decrease knockback, reduce recovery. Okay. Close standing slash reduce recovery. Okay, cool. Moves forward, reduces frontal hurt box. This is a really good buff. Standing hurt box, and again, I'm gonna say this again. With the way you can dash cancel into your K normals, this is a good buff for Goldlewis. So mind you, the fact that he has another momentum based move means that he's gonna be a little bit annoying in the neutral. And with his Behemoth Typhoon, that's certain of the Behemoth Typhoons being plus on block that deal out a lot of chip damage with his security meter being kind of obnoxious in the neutral. Goldlewis is don't sleep on Goldlewis. He is a very strong character. I'm gonna say this again. Goldlewis has potential, bro, to really be a top tier cat. Like, he can put you in shit, bro. He really can. If he had faster movement or mobility, he would be a problem. Jumping P, universal change. Jumping S reduces frontal hitbox. Jumping D reduces frontal hitbox. Okay, Thunderbird. Delay the time and security level resets. Okay, recovery now varies depending on security level. What's Thunderbird? Thunderbird is his super, right? Let me go to that real quick. Goldlewis. Where the fuck is Goldlewis? Milla. There we go. Oh, Thunderbird is his little drone. Okay. Thunderbird declared the climber now recovers ready on security member. Wow, this is a buff. Class level is now depending on the security level. The projectile now decelerates when close to the car. Wow. Okay, is this plus on block depending? Damn, you don't even know if this shit is plus or not. That kind of sucks ass. If you know what'd be really strong? If they buffed this to where the move was kind of plus on block, if he went to level 3 with a security meter, yo, Goldlewis would be OD. Like free, like 100%. The projectile, okay. Active frames now extended after connecting with the opponent, which is great. Decrease horizontal blowback distance except for final hit. Oh, so you could probably combo it off more consistently now. The timing with the hitbox no longer disappears if Goldlewis takes damage after firing. The projectile now varies depending on the security level. Oh wow, so this really, wow, Goldlewis is really gonna be a problem. Remove the set distance what opponent requires for the final hit to connect. The opponent can no longer recover after landing. Okay. Skyfish, delay the timing the security level resets. What's Skyfish? Oh, that's his projectile or his little minigun. Delay the timer security level resets. Okay. Down with the system. When blocked mid-air, the opponent now lands more quickly than before. Burn it down. Reduce recovery. Increase attack level. Wow. Damn. Yo, Goldlewis got a buff, bro. Goldlewis is going to be scary in season 2 of Guilty Gear Strive. Goldlewis, bro. Do not sleep on this character. Goldlewis is going to be scary in season 2, bro. Without a question. Good shit on Goldlewis, bro. Jack-O. I'm gonna say this for Jack-O players. Jack-O is a very, in my opinion, like, I don't think anybody that really plays Jack-O plays her for her kit. I think people play Jack-O because they're a fan of the character and they just like the character's aesthetics, which is great, but I think a lot of people sleep on Jack-O. Even though her playstyle is kind of a little unorthodox, Jack-O still has some fucked up shit. When she gets started, her pressure is really obnoxious and ignorant. But when people, I think, figure out the matchup a little more, that's when Jack-O might go down a tier list a little for me. Because people don't know this matchup because people play this character very, like, minimal. Like, you rarely see a Jack-O player, in my honest opinion. But let's go through this patch list, or these patch notes. Due to increase to the initial servant god level, Jack-O now has more freedom to use servants in neutral or combos right after the start of the round. This is great. I mean, from what I've heard, I think Jack-O is the only character that doesn't have, like, that can't do her resources in the beginning of the round, so that's a great change. Those servants hit by certain shoot will lose against other projectiles despite requiring more steps to activate. This has been improved by increasing the class level of servants. Wow, so she can kind of fight back in the neutral. So I would always imagine that one of Jack-O's kind of bad matchups would be someone like Kai, right? Like Kai can basically kind of zone her out and make her guess and shit, and she will have to jump, throw, like certain matchup. I can see that being annoying for Jack-O, but since she got that little bit of buff that they mentioned, that shit might make the matchup a little easier, so that's great. Servants gauge, increase gauge value at round start. Okay, bless. Reduce attack startup, so they buffed. Reduce recovery, buff. Crouching K. Reduce attack startup, reduce recovery, decrease knockback. Close standing S, reduce recovery. Okay. Crouching heavy slash, decrease horizontal blowback distance. Okay, so she could probably do more combos now. Sweep, reduce attack startup. Okay. Buff. Universal changes. Jumping heavy slash, expand the lower hitbox and hurtbox of the initial hit. Expand the lower hitbox and hurtbox and initial hit. Okay, I mean, kind of 50-50. Jumping D can now be jump cancelable and air dash. What's her JD? Let's go to, where's Jack? Oh, I saw this shorty. Okay, where's, really, the projectile can be, whoa, can be jump cancelable and air dash cancel. That is really good. She can cover herself way more now. That can be canceled into special moves. Yo, this is good. Oh, so she can do that and keep herself safe and probably throw the minions. That is, she can cover options in the air. That's really good. Can now be canceled into a finishing move blow during a, that's crazy. Reduce recovery, increase class level of Stearns. So Jack-O is getting buffed. Oh fucking D. We might actually see more Jack-O players because of this buff, which is really nice to see. Make the timing and attention gauge increase upon special move activation faster. Alright. Attack commands all versions reduce attack stops and recovery, no change to frame advantage. Alright. Making the time and attention increase upon special moves. What is this? Attack command. Alright. When lifting Stearns now deals damage. Okay. To her or the opponent? This one I'm confused about. Increase the time window during which servants can withstand attacks. Expand servants hitbox. Okay. It seems kind of like a buff. Make the defend command. Make the time and attention gains increase upon special move activations factor. Make the timing and attention gauge increase upon special move activation. Alright. Alright, from what I'm reading, I think Jacko just overall got buffed. And these are nice buffs too. Like, I feel like Jacko is probably the most slept on DLC character in the game. Her and Goldlewis. But the fact that these two got great buffs, you're probably going to see them more played in Season 2. Hopefully. Because, again, these characters are not bad. But against the roster, since they have, like, kind of a more technical game plan, it's hard for you to get their good shit out compared to Soul, Leo, and Ramlethal. I think that's why people don't want to play these characters, because you really gotta learn their shit in order to be effective with them, which might like throw a lot of players to the other easier characters with the same award, right? Happy Chaos. All right, let me give y'all some context, right? Me personally, I never wanted Happy Chaos to get nerfed. And I'm only saying this because I always felt that Happy Chaos does the same shit that all these other characters do, but he only does it full screen. Mind you, people say Happy Chaos needs to get a nerf, but if you're nerfing Happy Chaos, I feel like you need to overall nerf all the top tier characters, because the only thing he does is he's able to do his bullshit full screen. Mind you, Leo, once he gets you in back turn, you have to guess. Once Soul in the corner, you have to guess. Once Ramlethal has you in the corner, you gotta block and guess. Goldlewis in the corner, chip damage, you have to take risks, checkmate, certain shit like that, right? So for me, if you're gonna nerf Happy Chaos, you need to address those other characters, because he's literally doing how am I supposed to say this? He's literally playing the game of how it's supposed to be played. Just a bunch of aggression, oppressing your opponents. Literally, I always felt the argument with Happy Chaos was like, well, if you're gonna nerf him, you gotta nerf all these other characters, because even if you nerf Happy Chaos, that's still not gonna stop Leo and Ramlethal from running amok. Me personally. All right, but that being said, let's read if this man got nerfed or buffed. Happy Chaos. The amount of concentration depleted now varies depending on the distance between Chaos and the opponent. Okay, that's interesting. It is more difficult than before to continuously use fire from long range. Okay, so they're going after his zoning aspect, which I don't mind. I really don't mind that, as long as they buff his other tool sets. On the other hand, he can now use more powerful strings at close range while expending less concentration. Okay. The sight now targets the opponent when they block at the ready, meaning that he can now maintain his offense more effectively. Okay, so that means when you do at the ready, the target is already on him. All right, the sight now is already on. All right, that's really good. As fire can now be used as a newly added dash. Yes. Newly added dash cancels. He can more easily approach from mid-range, which is fucking fantastic, right? Concentration. Amount of concentration depleted when ready at the gun now varies. Okay, I read that. Crouching P, reduce attack startup. Okay. Crouching K, decrease knockback. Ooh, and Crouching K is a good normal. Close standing S, reduce recovery. Great. Far standing S, increase knockback, reduce recovery, and increase movement speed. Buff. Crouching S, which is a godlike normal for Happy Chaos. Or is it crouching? Yeah, crouching S. Expanded upper hitbox and hurtbox. That's pretty dope. Jumping P, universal changes. jumping down K. That's when he does his little stomp on a leg in the air. Let me show y'all if y'all don't know what that is. Happy Chaos. Let me show y'all Mondums. Where is it? Yeah, this is the normal they're talking about for those that don't know. Reduce attack startups. Reduce recovery after connecting with opponent. Good, okay. Decrease height of bounce after connecting with opponent. Yo, this shit got buffed. God damn, okay. At the ready, I already know. Reduce recovery, increase base damage scaling. Okay. Fire now disappears when chaos 6 damage, decrease knockback. Fire, decrease damage. Steady aim. Make the timing of the tension gauge increase upon using special moves activations faster. Made the timing of the tension gain increase upon special move activations faster. Alright, this I'm confused about. Reduce recovery after exiting stance with... Okay. So with the roll, that has to be the roll, right? Make the timing of the tension gain increase upon using special move. Chaos now remains in counter hate sits until the end of animation. Okay, I guess. Made the time of tension gauge increase upon special move activation. Roll can now use fighter sooner than before. Increase movement speed. Scapegoat, which is his clone. Increase health. Properties can now vary when attack at low health. Okay. Curse effective now ends with chaos taking damage beta time. Okay, boom, right? I'm gonna tell y'all this, for people that wanted Happy Chaos nerf, guess what? You are not realistically getting that. Happy Chaos is probably gonna be stronger than he was before, for the simple fact that they toned down his obnoxious zoning, but now he's able to do shit more in the mid-range and close range. And again, I'm gonna keep repeating myself when I say this. With the dash cancel with your K normals, it means that he could get in more and kind of pressure you and basically act as a gorilla on some things. Because at the ready, right? Is at the ready plus on block? It's 0 on block, right? It's 0 on block, but since the target's on you now, because read what this says, the sight now targets the opponent when they block at the ready. So when you do at the ready, when is this? Now you have the target. You don't have to use your H normals in order to get that thing on your opponent. Now you're gonna have to guess in certain situations, which I feel like Happy Chaos is what Happy Chaos was meant to do, you know? His zoning might have got kind of toned down a little bit, but that doesn't mean his character is any less weak. If anything, he's way stronger than before, because now he got different options he can utilize. And again, he can combo off a lot of shit with his bullets. He plays a different game. So Happy Chaos, I would say, got a fucking buff. So Happy Chaos, if anybody want to see Happy Chaos get nerfed, one aspect of his kit got nerfed, but his overall kit got buffed. You get what I'm saying? So he's overall a stronger character. So I'm not mad at it. Happy Chaos players, do y'all. I personally didn't mind seeing niggas get shot up full screen, to be honest. I thought that shit was funny. Baiken. Let me read Baiken. These changes make it easier for Baiken to maintain an offense. The increased recovery of the S version of let me go to this, because to be honest with y'all, I really don't care about Baiken as much. And Baiken was gonna be my main in Guilty Gear Revelator, but I didn't really like her playstyle. Her playstyle is not what I was looking for. So that being said, like, Baiken to me, I can care less if she's buff or nerf. Not to sound fucked up, but that's just my honesty. What is it? It's S version. I think I passed it, right? It's S version. Okay, so this shit, the grab. All right. S version means that she can now have advance while attacking while the opponent is tethered. Okay. Her combos are now more likely to connect from a certain distance to the expanded hitbox of Temigeshi. I'm guessing that's the floor mat, right? I'm highly guessing that's the floor mat. Yeah, that's the floor mat, right? And the momentum remaining after canceling. Okay. Standing P, reduce attack startup. Great. Crouching K, decrease knockback. Okay. Buff. Momentum now remains when canceled. Cool. Okay. Reduce recovery. Cool. Reduce attack startup and reduce frontal hitbox. Forest lane slash, which I think is this shit when she does a normal slash. Got a buff. Crouching S, reduce recovery, reduce frontal hitbox. Okay. I think Baiken, from reading this, she's gonna get a lot of buffs. Crouching heavy slash no longer hits opponent when there's more than a set distance apart. Reduce upper hurtbox. Okay. Universal changes. Tamagashi now activates even after an upward. Okay, cool. Expanded frontal hitbox of the strike. Wow. Okay, cool. She getting buff. Aerial expanded back hitbox. And the projectile during descent. Oh wow. So you could probably cross up niggas now. So if you come in with the floor mat, right? I'm just gonna call it the floor mat to simplify. I feel like if you come in with the floor mat now, you're able to cross opponents up. And now you can cover yourself from like 2 different angles, right? So if I do like a jump in, or if I like RC or something, if you upwards RC and then do the floor mat, you could probably cross people up. So that's a really good buff. That's a really good fucking buff. Okay. Cover S version now activates even after upwards. Okay. Increase attack startup. Cool. Oh, wow, that's not cool. That's damn. Okay, they're making this long. All right. Reduce recovery. Increase knockback. On ground hit, the tether no longer pulls up opponent during animation. Not, well, goddamn. Now activates even after upward inputs. All right. Now let's. I'm not a Baiken main, so a lot of this shit I'm just gonna run through it because again I can care less about Baiken, to be honest. Now triggers counter hit effect. Blowback direction now matches the direction Baiken is facing. Expanded lower hitbox. No longer in counter hit state after being active frames and no longer in hit. Alright, no longer hits opponent when there's more than a set distance apart. Increase recovery on block. Johnson, I think it's the overhead. Reduce landing recovery, which is great, and increase damage, great. I think Baiken overall got a buff. I don't know too much about Baiken, to be honest with you. Like again, I don't really care about this character, and I fight the character so minimal. I think from what I'm reading though, like you're gonna be more oppressive with her. More oppressive, especially with the format, since the frontal hitbox is expanded and the back you can do like cross-ups and shit like that. I think that's what it might be if I'm reading it correctly. But Baiken, you know, you got a buff. I don't think you're going to be that strong compared to upper echelon of characters, but let's see. Okay. Testament. All right. I just want to say this as a Testament main. As a Testament main that's been grinding out the character that really wants to learn Guilty Gear Strive, Testament did it for me. I wanted to learn the game on high low because of this character, but Testament has a lot of problems which I hope to address. For one, I hope to see them reduce a lot of recoveries and increase or decrease a lot of the startups of the character's moves, because Testament has slow normals with a good amount of recovery. And I think a character that's supposed to excel in, you know, the mid-range, they're kind of, I feel like it shouldn't be as like punishing, right? If you look at a character like Ramlethal, I feel like they should be kind of the same. Like Ramlethal damn near has low recovery on some of her shit. Like, you know, Nagoriyuki has like damn near no recovery, and he occupies the same space. So when you're fighting those characters and you're playing Testament, you're like, why the fuck doesn't Testament have that? Me personally, as long as I'll be happy if they just reduce some of the startup on a lot of the characters' normals. I'll be happy with that. But let me get into Testament, right? Moves such as Grey Reaper, which is the projectile. Let me go to the Testament thing, if they have it, just to show y'all in case y'all don't know. Where is it? Grey Reaper, the projectile, yep, which you're able to do the unholy driver or the crow. Much as Grey Reaper has been strengthened, oh my, thank you God, as there were many situations where Testament could not fully launch an offensive in both neutral and on the opponent's wake up. The situation after landing a strike on the S version of Grey Reaper has been improved. Oh, thank fucking God, bro. I'm telling you, as a Testament main, it's been a fucking struggle, bro. Thank you, Arxis, bro. It's easier to land Unholy Driver as a media attack. For those that don't know, that's the Crow, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's the Crow. For niggas that don't know, Unholy Driver, that's the Crow. Unholy Driver can now cause less blowback on aerial hit, making it easier to follow up. This creates opportunities to deal damage while carrying the opponent closer to the corner. Alright, let me specify what this specific buff means to Testament. For those that don't know, if you do Testament's 236H in a combo, right? Let's say, for example, you have Stain State and you hit him with a close slash. There's a combo you can do where you let the Stain hit your opponent, close slash, and then you fully charge. Let me show y'all, right? Where's the normal? If you fully charge Grim Reaper H, right? And you hit him up, you can follow up with the Crow, but for whatever reason, the Crow knocks them down extremely quick. Now with this specific buff that they gave, I feel like now you can have a full conversion off of that. Meaning that you can get Stain State twice. Because if you follow up and you do six heavy slash, you can probably do the Succubus Super, right? And what's the name of that shit? Let me show y'all right now. No Giovanna, if I pronounce that right. You could do that special, get the wall break, go into the next side with Stain, right? Which is a buff that Testament actually needed. You couldn't really combo off of that unless you're wasting meter. And I felt like that was a waste for something that should have been practical, in my opinion, right? And for those that are kind of confused what I'm saying, if you go in a lab and you put your opponent in Stain, try to do a combo with 236H, fully charged, summon a Crow, and you'll see what I mean. The shit whiffs or drops 90% of the time, and that shit was asked for conversion. Crow. Fix a bug with a Crow would sometimes not behave as intended as a wall break sequence. Yeah, it was kind of awkward. Okay, that's a good. Air dash. Shorten dash times, adjusting the value of the match of the characters. I don't know what this means, but I'll probably see when the patch gets released. Jump landing. Fix a bug with Testament's lower hurt box will sometimes disappear at the instance of landing. To be honest, they should have kept that, because I ain't gonna lie, if my hurt box disappears, that would have been godlike. Standing K, reduce recovery. Yo, standing K is already quick as is. Yo, that's OD. Bro, standing K has 13 recovery. How quick do y'all want this? No, that's 2K. Where's 5K? Where's 5K? This shit has 12 recovery. How fucking fast do y'all want this move to be? Okay. Decrease knockback. Okay. Reduce attack startup. Oh my god. Thank you, bro. But crouch. How fast is crouching K? Or 2K? This shit is 7? Reduce attack startup? This shit is 7 frames. Am I reading this? Am I bugging when I read this? The fastest low, and they're making it faster? Am I reading this shit right? This shit is 7 frames. Okay, you know what? Let me chill. Okay, that's OD. Okay. Reduce recovery on close slash. That's good. Far standing slash. Reduce attack startup. Thank you, God, bro. This character that shit made you. Again, Testament's normals are extremely slow and has dumb amount of recovery. So the fact that Arxis addressed that makes the character stronger. Thank you, bro. Reduce the frontal hitbox. Thank you, bro. Crouching S. Reduce an attack startup. Reduce frontal hitbox. Okay. Alright, cool. Reduce recovery. Alright, cool. Oh, damn. Standing heavy slash got reduced recovery. Now, 6 heavy slash. Let's see. Okay, decrease horizontal blowback distance so you can combo off that shit more consistently. Yo, Arxis is good, bro. God Arxis is good, bro. For this character. Reduce attack startup. This character is good, bro. What's the startup for this move? Bro, startup is 25 frames. If they make this 19 to 20, bro, or at least something along those that range, I can vibe with it, B. I can vibe with it. Grim Reaper all regions is yeah. Can now activate even after inputting. Oh, okay, cool. So you can buffer it. Succubus remain on screen longer. This was a thing that I wanted them to address. Succubus stayed on the screen a little too like the time frame for you to teleport and to throw out your crow was a little too short, and the fact that it remains on the screen longer is a great buff for Testament. Thank you. So now you can be kind of obnoxious and neutral with the teleports and the crow. Expanded frontal hitbox and hurtbox of the strike. Cool. The strike and now launches the opponent high. That means you can combo off of the Grim Reaper way more consistently. Yo, Testament's gonna be a fucking problem in season 2. Expanded lower hitbox of the projectile as it comes out. Godlike. So the H version, I feel like can catch like Soul's Vortex wave more. Kai Stun Dipper. It could catch all them shits because. One thing that when Testament throws out like the heavy slash or Grave Reaper, and players can just run at you. So the fact there's kind of like an extended lower hitbox means that it's kind of covering you, right? It's kind of like a wall in a sense. So that's really good. Grave Reaper all S version expanded back hitbox. What? Did I read that right? All Grave Reaper expanded back hitbox of the projectile? Oh, nah. I'm reading this shit dummy wrong. Okay. That's not hurtbox. That's hitbox. Oh. Arxis, you doing me too good, bro. Reduce attack startup. God damn. So all these shits. What's the frames on this? Damn, I went back. All right, hold on. What's the frames on that? Oh wait, this is aerial, right? It has to be aerial, right? Bro, that's crazy. Unholy Driver. Now launches the opponent higher, meaning that you can combo off of it consistently with decreased horizontal blowback. That means your combo game is going to be fucking crazy. Increased active frames of Succubus transformations. Cool. Expanded hitbox after Succubus transformation. Great. The crow will now always fly forward in a straight line when the button is held, even if Succubus is on screen. You know how big of a fucking change this is? That means that I can play a mind game in neutral. So to where if I look at the Succubus and I just have teleport opportunity, right? I can throw out the crow and teleport at the same time. That is fucking huge, bro. That is actually huge. All right, you know what? Now activates even after upwards. Even activate either after inputting. Okay, so this is the teleport. The possession. Yep. Reduce recovery, and that's like the overhead and shit, right? Let me see. I know my fault if I'm going kind of quick with y'all. This video is gonna be dumb long. This is the overhead. The orbital sign is gonna reduce the recovery, which I think is a good change. You don't need to shoot anything with on block because again, you're gonna throw that move out in the mid range and kind of deep. So the fact that it reduced the recovery means it's more safe. So I fuck with that. Initial hit now bounces opponent higher with decreased horizontal blowback, and this is the special, right? So this is probably gonna hit more consistently now. Thank God. Calamity 1, when blocked midair, the opponent now lands more quickly than before, which means you can punish this shit, right? Because again, when you do DPs and shit, it throws opponents up in the air and they can't really punish it consistently depending on where you are in the screen. So this is good. I like that. Okay, and that is the Guilty Gear Season 2 patch notes. Or what is this? This is what? I'm just going, yeah, this is the 1.18 patch notes, right? My final thoughts on the Guilty Gear patch. I'm gonna be completely honest when I say this. Like, I kind of wanted Arxis to nerf the damage realistically, bro. Like, I don't want this game to have incredible damage or like huge ass reward. But again, if the damage remains the same with all these buffs these characters have, you are going to see a lot of quick games. A lot of quick games. And for me, I think what Arxis should have did is nerf the damage a little bit. Or I probably read it wrong. Let me see. Overall damage adjustments. Some highly used moves are great for that have been had their damage increased. Overdrives that work as contact, their attacks are revisit with the damage remaining unchanged to make it easier to punish them on block. Okay, so they didn't really, they decreased some of the characters' damage, but I have to see, bro. I have to see how this game is gonna be in the next season. We have 2 days until the patch notes gets released, so I'm excited for that. I'm gonna lab up a lot of shit Testament has. But if I'm gonna say the biggest winners of the Guilty Gear patch 1.18 is Testament, Happy Chaos, Goldlewis, Leo, Nagoriyuki, and Zato and Ramlethal. Like, actually, what Milla, Zato, Ram, Leo, Nagoriyuki, Testament, Happy Chaos, and Goldlewis, I feel are the biggest winners of this patch notes. I feel are the characters that got really, really buffed. And the biggest losers of the patch notes, I'm going to explain to you in detail why. Faust got good buffs, but Faust players still got to deal with a lot of bullshit. Especially on the universal change that a lot of these characters got. A lot of these characters got the same shit. So it means that everybody is basically going up. No one's at the bottom. Everybody went up, right? But if the top tier players are still going up, that means Faust in his position still remains the same. So I can't really argue that Faust was a big winner. Like, he's still a loser because a lot of these strong characters got buffs, right? Another loser, in my opinion, will probably have to be Anji. And not to say that, like, Anji got good shit, but again, the characters are really gonna still mob Anji down. He got a lot of shit, a lot of good shit, but again, the strong characters are still fucking strong. Ino is another loser, I feel, in my opinion. With the note, she has good mix-ups, but the way the movement is and the fact I don't think that she can dash cancel into her 5k, I might be wrong on that. If she can't, a lot of her fucking matchups is going to be that much harder, in my honest opinion. But I don't know if she can dash cancel off a lot of things. She probably can't, but, you know. Potemkin, I feel, is a winner / a loser. Potemkin can't dash cancel like all these other niggas can. Let me see if I can find like, yeah, when you input the dash cancel and put it back after okay, hold on, where is it? Now that standing K can now be dash cancel. Does not apply to Potemkin or Nagoriyuki, right? Potemkin not having this still means he has to struggle a lot. Nagoriyuki not having this, but Nagoriyuki realistically doesn't need that because of his mobility with his special move. So Nagoriyuki is still strong in that department. Nagoriyuki has more mobility than Potemkin in some areas, right? So Potemkin's probably gonna get mixed up way more, and the fact that they got rid of Potemkin's one of his defensive options just means that Potemkin's gonna eat a lot of shit and have to block way more. But on the bright side is Potemkin got his own little mix-ups that they incorporated within this patch, which is really good, right? And I guess, honestly speaking, honest to everything, I do not want to say this because I love playing Kai. I feel like Kai is kind of in like a... Like, Kai is kind of like this, right? Compared to what everybody else got in the patch, I don't want to call Kai a loser, but Kai is kind of in like this weird ass middle ground, right? Same with Chipp, same with who else? Giovanna, and same with Jack O. These characters are kind of like in the middle. Like, they can be way better, but it really depends on how the player is going to be with them within going to season 2 of Guilty Gear Strive. Because they're good, like, they have good shit and it got bust, but again, their game plan is still relatively the same. So it really depends what their matchup is going to be moving into season 2. But if you enjoyed this video, leave a like. This video is going to probably be about 2 hours, but I went into detail with every character as much as possible and showed y'all what some of the moves is in case y'all were confused about it. But again, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you fuck with the channel, subscribe. And if you want to comment down below who you thought was the biggest winners and the biggest losers in this patch notes, leave the comment down below. My name is Lightning Hearts. I hope everyone has an amazing day. Peace out.